I am not the one to back up, even if it is the most serious, even the last crisis in my life. I'm not prepared to throw in the towel at all.
His campaign, it took the tolerance part way further than anybody has ever done to this day.
I'll go on fighting, I'll go on expressing the views I believe in, and I'll go on trying to help people.
To me, I consider him a hero because the community at that time was in a very ignorant place about AIDS and HIV. For him to come out at that time, I think that it was bravery I had never seen, because
in informing them and trying to answer their queries and everything, so that we may keep this epidemic from spreading.
Uganda has AIDS. We call it SLIM. And SLIM is with us and among us. And it's only Lutaya that has accepted to show us that it's here and it's up to us to know how to handle it.
Lutaya is a very forceful character and dedicated to his nation. He has made tremendous contributions in this fight. We regard him as the greatest Ugandan health educator on AIDS. From what I've just told you, he's a hero. Handfuls of Ugandans have died of AIDS quietly. Lutaya is taking a different direction. And he's a hero.
I was inspired to write about Mr. Lutaya because his story is an African story that we hardly ever hear. We always hear stories of Africans needing to be helped and rescued by the Western messiahs. And this was actually the story of an African helping his own African people.
At that time, AIDS was looked at as an immoral disease and something that even shouldn't be talked about. And when Philly Lutaaya came out to talk about it, it made a difference to the community.
I wanted to know what made you decide to tell the world that you had AIDS, because most AIDS victims don't let it out.
I wanted people, having seen me, to know that AIDS can affect anyone.
He brought this from out of a textbook, out of theory into reality, for the public to see him, see his family close by, to see his friends close by, and that it's all right. It's all right to have AIDS. It's not the end of the world.
The ease with which he handled it, the courage which he showed, gave me personally a lot of strength.
Lutaya being in Uganda has helped a lot of people not to always connect AIDS with immorality, not to look for faults who brought it, not to blame, but it has taught the Ugandans that one has to be very human to the AIDS victim.
In times of joy, in times of sorrow.
Anyway, you talk about Philly, they no longer look down upon him as, an outcast. Or everybody is in love with him right now. Everybody.
After people have seen him, there is a general feeling of quiet, a general feeling of someone needs to reflect. It's as if they are actually seeing AIDS with a face.
Let's be open, advise the young ones, a new generation to protect and love.
is only the beginning. The end is not in sight yet. People will come out and contribute to the fight, and until we reach total victory. Long time after my times, people are going to continue. I was born to sing, to dance, and I will die a musician. That's enough for me.
Philly Lutaaya was the first Ugandan to publicly declare that he was HIV positive.
I'm coming to Kampala. Tell Ugandans myself. I want you to arrange a press conference for me at the Philly airport, so that even before I enter the city of Kampala, there is no speculation as to whether I'm infected or not. I also want a concert to share my music with Ugandans for the last time. How can I die when I've just reached the top? I don't know, brother.
I love Uganda most because it's my motherland. I must be very loyal and give all I want to Uganda. I have found that I always miss Uganda, and I'm always very homesick when I am away from Uganda. So I decided to give my life to Uganda.
Today is exceptional, because we are privileged for the first time in this country to have a real example of an AIDS victim who has astounded us.
HIV got a public face that was well loved and well liked. With all the stigma there was at the time, for him to have been that person to say, look, this is what I have, this is what is going on. He wasn't the first prominent person to have that disease, but he was the very first prominent person to ever speak up. Even until today, it's hard for anybody prominent to speak up. Every time I think about Philly Lutaaya, I'm like, he should have been alive today to see how far we've come.
I stand before you a living example of an AIDS victim. I have AIDS and have been told that my days are numbered. I beg you, give AIDS victims love and understanding. Don't desert us. Remember, if you do not take care, you too will soon be joining the ranks of the AIDS victims.
I was very much afraid. I knew I was in big trouble. I thought about my future, my past, and I felt so alone. I decided to come out if it is possible for me to launch a campaign, a crusade against AIDS, whereby some my fellow human beings might be saved. I want to speak out, not just to sing happy songs. I feel like someone who represents common man's status. When I talk about such issues, it made me happy to bring out what other people could not bring out from within themselves.
When Philly Lutaaya first came out to say he had the disease, most people were like, oh, he's lying. He didn't have anything like that.
AIDS is here, but people wanted always to ignore it and pretend as if it was not here.
In fact, I have to confess, because I was among the people who were not really sure whether Philly was telling us the truth. I was thinking that, well, he only wanted to announce. Maybe he had been given something from somewhere to announce that. But just today, I have realized what Philly announced is true.
Philly was shocked and frazzled by the hostile environment.
I personally knew that Philly wouldn't lie. He would have left music if he wanted to make money.
We didn't know where he got the strength from, because by looking at him, he didn't have any strength, but he somehow managed to finish his songs.
Well, I wanted to put something down, something musical, artistic, about my feelings and about the feelings of other, what I thought were the feelings of other AIDS patients, the feeling of helplessness, the feeling of loneliness. I wanted to express what I felt within myself. This is serious. I never wanted this to happen to me. So, straightforward, I would like to tell you that I would not like this to happen to you, to any of you. The message I would like to give to you is that let us do our best to have a virus-free young generation. Please be careful in the way you handle yourselves. We need you.
Philly, the government of Uganda appreciates your efforts.
Right, Honorable Prime Minister, I would like to thank you, the government of Uganda, for allowing me to meet one of my final goals.
I think it was good. That it was a good example. It was giving a good example because, like as you know, some people back home, not only in Uganda, don't want to reveal that they're sick, so that they can make others sick. So I think that was very brave of him to do that. And it was very good of him to do that.
And it will enable me to talk to the entire world before I die. I composed this album with the hope that AIDS victims might find a few moments of solace and comfort from the music and my innermost feelings.
For us it was very easy, but for him it was very stressful. He was losing strength. He managed to make the album and put free.
The album alone might also make the healthy population of Uganda realize the importance of giving AIDS victims love and understanding. This album I have produced is a labor of love.
With not so much help. I think he did all the work, the difficult work himself, because he composed everything and wrote up the music himself. For us, it was just to go there and he tells you play like this and play like that.
In my condition, the recording session nearly killed me, but I couldn't let up because alone had to be completed as my legacy to Uganda and the world.
Once he set his mind to something, then you couldn't divert what he thinks. It was one of the hardest songs for me to listen to, and it still is, because I think he was meaning that most of his friends deserted him. That's what he was singing about.
And at the time that that song came out, that everybody that had that disease was alone, especially in the rural areas when you got the disease, fearing that it was contagious. Everybody avoided you.
And people are so afraid. They are afraid.
Yeah.
So even sometimes if they keep away from you, you don't blame them. It took me a long time. I did not want to see anyone who is HIV positive or who has AIDS. I didn't know what I would see. I didn't know what I would see, and then it could make me feel worse.
So it was a lonely life. Nobody wanted to identify with you because people did not know anything. And I'm sorry to say, it still happens today.
So maybe he felt like he was being abandoned or left alone. But of course, he was trying to also to put forward a message.
So me, I felt Lutaya could come and diffuse this situation for us. That's why I supported him. For two reasons: my medical profession, which says we should support all patients, even if you know he's going to die tomorrow. And number two is my interest and the big projection of future in the 1990s. Yes, I've told you, this case we were seeing just a chicken stuff. The biggest lot will come in the 1990s. So we're trying to break the transmission. And I think Lutaya has done it for us.
My God, it was very sad, but at the same time, it kind of awakened Ugandans and me personally to remind us that this is something that, that was rampant. And for it to have been looked at as something that is a horrible sinner's disease made people not very comforting to victims.
Very happy to meet you for the first time, and I pray very much to God that He keeps you alive and fit. Thank you very much, Philly.
Alone addressed this problem.
How did you get the courage to continue working after being told that you were positive? Were you cancelled by someone, or it was just a self-determination?
The first and the last time I was cancelled was when I was told the result.
I don't think I could do what Philly is doing. I believe in the inner powers. He must have inner power, because looking at him, you can see he's really frail. And he's reached a level where most people that I've worked with in the last 2 years will just throw their arms up and say, no. But to do what he's doing, I don't know. If I were to put to the test, I don't know whether I could really do it. I could have the energy in me to do it. I think it is tremendous.
See people coming nearer to look at me as if they don't believe it's me, yet now they believe, they know that I'm in big trouble, but there's nothing they can do, or nothing I can do about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bongoley was born in Africa, and he is proud of being an African. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you the last song. I would like to tell you that I'm going back to Europe on Saturday, but I'll be back in Uganda in December. And if God wishes, I shall stage a concert at Lugogo Indoor Stadium. Thank you very much.
Dance, it depends on the mood.
It's estimated that more than 1 million people have succumbed to AIDS. By 1995, 91% of men and 86% of women knew someone who had died of AIDS. This frank and honest discussion, started by Philly Lutaaya, has helped conquer the spread of the disease. From 1992 to 2000, prevalence fell from a peak of 15% among adults to around 5% in 2001. Lack of treatment meant that many people died during this time.